Welcome everybody to Late Night with Journalists Live Worldwide, starring Sharita Lovelace, and here's our star, Sharita.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Late Night TV with Jerry Royce Live and Positive Power. I am your co-host, Sharita Lovelace, and I am so excited to be here tonight. Listen, we have a power-filled show on tonight. I mean, we're about to learn some things, be refreshed on some things, but at the end of the day, we're just thankful that God still has us here. We got a journey in life that we are pursuing, and at the end of the day, He's going to get the victory, right? Right. Listen, before we get into the interview, it's going to be amazing. Let me just put that out there again. It's going to be amazing. We have a great person tonight, but I do want to thank all the listeners and followers that continue to support and follow the Late Night TV. I'm telling you, we are getting some great global and international guests sharing their stories, testimonies, authors, musicians, groups, you name it. So don't miss a beat. Don't ever miss this show, because you're surely going to get some power after you finish listening or watching. I guarantee. All right. Well, without further ado, I just want to go right into the interview, because I'm telling you, we have a lot to talk about, and I just want you to know how I feel so you can feel the same way, so we can be on one accord as we hear some new information for some, and then some information that some people may already know. But we're here tonight to talk a little bit about it, and hopefully even at the end of the day, help somebody out, an industry artist, someone who's in a group, you know, and just in life, period. But let me tell you who we have here on tonight. Let me give you the background first. So it was about in 1988, finally, this 6-member band was created, and they produced hits like Whatever You Want, It's Our Anniversary, Feels Good, and Pillow. Yes. They rose through the charts in the late 1990s doing talent shows, I mean, performing all over and so much more. But at some point in their career, there was greed, mistrust, animosity, and even some hidden agendas that began to grow and fester within the 6-member band group. As a result, we soon hear about and the experiences from these members as a breakup begins to happen and heartbreaks begin to take place within the group. Yes, I'm talking about the none other than Tony. Tonight, we're going to hear some of this unbelievable story of this global popular group that has been through seeds of not only that popularity, but also seeds of pain. But we're going to hear from an amazing voice, a great down-to-earth, transparent West Coast brother, my brother, amazing Elijah Baker, aka Elijah Javon Bouget. He is here with us tonight, y'all. Bourgeois. He is here with us tonight, y'all, to give us the download of Tony. He's now, of course, it's 3TOB, the original band. And so I'm excited. You know, y'all, while I'm excited because they're from the West Coast, from Oakland. I'm excited because I'm from the West Coast, and I'm excited because I adore what I was able to experience during the years that they were all together, but had no idea of the impact that was going on behind the scenes in their personal lives. So I know we're about to set some people free tonight to help somebody out, but we're about to learn the truth on tonight, right here on Late Night TV. Listen, Elijah, welcome to Late Night TV.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it is a pleasure. I'm super excited to hear you just share with our audience and viewers, you know, just the dynamics of the group. But I want to first start out with and I know you're familiar with Oakland. That's where things started. Castlemont High School. I mean, I used to cut school to go up to Castlemont to see the boys. So I'm very familiar with Castlemont High School. Shout out to Oakland, California. But let the people know, for those that may have forgotten or that may even be new to the scene, they're in the millennial stage. How did this group first come together? Let's talk about the positive for a minute.
Well, it came together. We had like actually 3 different groups. Dwayne, by being older than us, he had his own group, Alpha Omega. Raphael, Tim, and Carl graduated together, so they had their own group, but they went to play with Sheila E.
Ah,
And me and Antron had our group in Spicy, while we were still in high school. Then that transformed to Antron, Raphael, and Tim being this group called Hot Water. Carl went back to church. And then me and Antron formed a group with Dwayne, playing behind a group called Destiny. And then in 1987, we all got together as Tony once Raphael and them got off the road and recorded independent song called One Night Stand.
wow, that's amazing. So the connectivity of you all, did everybody go to Castlemont High School? I know there was some.
All 6 members.
All 6 members went to Castlemont High, and you all also were connected, some of you, by blood. Am I correct?
Yes, me and Raphael is first cousins. My father, his mother's brother and sisters. Tim and Antron is first cousins. His mother and Tim's father are brothers and sisters.
Wow, amazing. Family, y'all hear that? So there's connection here, all right? So stay with us. So you guys are in this group, you're young, you know, you're doing your thing. You have these different groups, but you all end up coming together. For you, for example, Elijah, you were the bass player, am I correct?
Right.
Now, this music has been in your blood for all your life for the most part. When did first you start playing music?
At 5 years old. My father, Reverend Elijah Baker Sr., is a guitarist and a singer. And I was musically inclined, me and my brother, Eric. So we've been playing all our lives.
Wow. And has it always been, has it been R&B, gospel? Has it always been one genre or a mix?
Gospel and R&B.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. That's where that soul comes in when you start playing, right? Okay.
Yes.
Right. Love it. Love it. Okay. And so things begin to happen. You all begin to play. At what point in your career did you possibly see any red flags? Because at somewhere down the line, we'll get there. This group broke up. You've been through a lot, but were there red flags in the early stages of this group and you all coming together and traveling and being, you know, one of the greatest groups around during that season?
Well, you know, we was fresh out of high school, and like you said, Castlemont, which you know is a very ghetto high school.
Yeah.
So anything out of that was like heaven. So we were just involved and entangled with what was going on with the life as an entertainer. So
Okay.
we didn't have no real bills, no kids
Right.
at the time. So it didn't become a red flag until some members were able to buy things that we couldn't, such as cars and houses.
Now, I remember talking about that. I'm going to back up a minute. When you all came together as this group, did anybody at that time educate you all? Because I want somebody listening or watching tonight on this late night TV kind of to see, because I know there's so many groups coming up nowadays. I mean, all kinds of groups. Did anybody show or share or give any clarity of a contract, what it looked like, what it was to do? I kind of know the answer, but I want the people to hear.
We were such a close-knit, trusting group. Even our manager was a childhood friend of Dwayne, so we had no doubt that trusting everything would be together. When one get paid, we all get paid. So no, all we heard was sign here, and we happily did so without no explanation, because we just knew. We thought fame and fortune went together at that time.
Right. And it's amazing how I hear about so many artists and groups from back in that area, back when we were teenagers and younger, and how, California, I mean, we birthed some great artists, some great talent. The West Coast really does. But one thing is you hear a lot of people talking about not being knowledgeable after the fact. They go through issues after the fact, and it's something about what happened. We get so excited about what's going on. And again, you said the word, we trust who we're around, we trust our blood, we trust what we're doing, and we connect that with the excitement and the hype of the people, the feedback and the respect, that we were getting. And so sometimes we don't realize things until, unfortunately, years down the line, or we see something, and we're about to get into that, and we're like, wait a minute now, what's really going on? So there was a point in time that came where you were, became aware that there was another set of the group that was getting new cars, houses. How did you learn of this information? And you're like, wait a minute, where are they getting this money from? We don't have this. We're supposed to be a group. We're supposed to be 6 members. What happened? How are they in a car and a house? What's going on? Somebody talk to me. What happened during that time?
Well, the reason why I'm so trusting, because I can be trusted. You know what I'm
Look at
saying?
that.
So I feel I can be trusted, so I can trust somebody else. But as I got older, I realized this one guy told me this. His name is G1. I'm going to acknowledge him because he's a producer. He produced Let's Get Down with DJ Quick, Raphael, and
Okay.
myself. So I was complaining about how much I do for people and I do this. And he just said, Elijah, everybody ain't like you. And that just changed my whole thought process from here on out. So I stopped expecting people to be like me. So therefore, at that time, I was just trusting. I just knew everything would be cool because we was like tight. Like Raphael, like at that time was like my brother, you know. So and we just all one happy family. So I had no doubt in my mind that when some money came that we wouldn't be treated fairly. So we on the road doing the work, traveling all over the United States, the world, and all of a sudden, new cars start coming. We're like, hey man, like, how y'all get them cars? Where our car at? You know, that's when the tension became when we started inquiring about things. Then Antron he was a producer, so he went to a meeting with A&M Records, and they explained to him what points was. And then he came back and let me and Carl know it, but we still didn't know the full definition of it. But we started learning as we go, but it was already too late. So we started asking more questions when we started seeing the vision happen and, you know, people just doing stuff that we couldn't. So that's when the tension came.
I mean, on top of that, so you're seeing you had to go and get some explanation on that. On top of that, when you all were being promoted during this time, I guess after the name had been confirmed, it looks like Dwayne Wiggins' name because he said that it sounded good. It was like I think he referenced it as a cartoon characterish or something that would gotta be catchy. I'm assuming was what he was trying to get across. But you're looking at album covers, but you're not on the cover, yet you're part of the flow and the sound of this group. Knowing that and seeing that, what was said to you to make you keep staying with this group at that time?
Okay, how the group first started from Genesis, it was just Raphael, Tim, and Dwayne. They did a wedding reception by themselves, and that's how they established the name Tony. But
gotcha.
That was it. The other years and a half while we performed, it was all six of us. So, but they still kept it as they was the three front man. But in the sequence of the show, I'm in the front, Raphael in the front, Dwayne in the front, and Tim was on the drums. So as a group, it wasn't no front man. We all was one 6-piece band. So, but when they did the pictures, we felt a little way about it, but we already knew that day one that they was the first ones who created it. But we still did all the works. Went on shows, practiced 12 hours a day. No one getting paid for all the same vision and goals. So we all made the same sacrifices. But once the fame and money started coming, it started being them and us pushed back, you know. And now that I look at it, it could have very well been colorism. Could have very well been that because Raphael made a reference to the president saying something like that. I kind of brushed it off, but I could see it, you know, because as a dark-skinned man back in the day, you know, it was rough.
It was rough.
So
wow.
I can see it.
And so it sounds like despite you, and I'm sure that began to, of course, stir some tension in you guys' minds, like, you know, this ain't fair, what's going on? Okay, I understand that they, you know, started this, but we all out there up front, we still 6 people. But something kept you going, and I'm sure it was the love of the music, I guess the hype and the excitement. But at some point, did you feel like, now this is going to work itself out at some time? We're going to get to the bottom of this, and we're going to work this out. Was that something that kept you going with the group without too much fuss? Or was there something, you know, what was that for you?
I definitely feel that we could come to some type of agreement and be compensated and still work because they were still getting more money than us. We just wanted our fair share that we agreed to get. And it just never came, and they never saw fit to give it to us. So I'm not the kind to be quiet. You know, I'm gonna speak my mind, and I don't risk it all to fight for what's right. You know, I don't kiss no butt. Like,
Right.
if it ain't right, it ain't right. And I'd rather do without than be around some phoniness, some fakes, and some mistreatment. So
Right.
that's just my personality. So I always have
Right.
it hard because I'm going to voice my opinion.
Right, right. Which is good that you're vocal, because it seems like even with you sharing what's been going on, et cetera, your voice carries power and strength, and you're bringing the truth out, you know. And so people gonna have to answer to that, whether they do it now or later. They're gonna have to answer to that. What was the circumstance around the breaking point when things have broken up, the division? What was happening that caused the actual breakup of this group?
We had, like I said, once he started bringing the cars and stuff in, we was frustrated about that. We got to a point where we weren't even speaking, but we were still performing.
Wow.
We still remained professional. We went to Japan and wasn't even speaking to each other. And we did our shows, and then on the way back, when it was next setup for the next tour, MTV tour,
Right.
with CC Music Factory and BBD and Tony. I walked in rehearsal for the first day of rehearsal and Raphael, Dwayne, and Tim was sitting on the stage. I know Raphael was. I can't remember everybody's face because it happened so fast, but Raphael, they had this awkward look on their face. So I walked in like, hey, what's up? And they was just like, hey, man, you no longer in the group, you fired. And I was like, okay, whatever. They ain't get my money, so it's cool. And I just walked out, you know. I didn't even trip. Like I said, it was uneasy, and I didn't like what was going on. I had no clue what I was going to do for my future. I was still going to try to do music, but I know I didn't have the leverage because, you know, songs I have written, I didn't get the credit for. So, and back in them days, you need that as a calling card to get you more work. But thank God I was able to still get some work back then. I was making 25,000, 15,000 a song per song to produce.
Wow.
Just none of the songs I did, it was always first singles, but the record company I never got a hit record. So if I'd have got one hit record under my belt, then I'd have been able to work for a lifetime.
Right, those royalties. So it sounds like these things and incidents that were happening within the group, it was something growing and festering, you know, from the lack of communication, and I guess that built the animosity. And then at that point, when they told you that you were fired, was there any other basis for it? I mean, here you are, you're outspoken, outgoing, you're gifted. Did they give you a reason?
No reason. You know, Raphael and myself are the two most vocal members of the group. We got the same bloodline, so no one is shy about any words. But with me, for some reason, they won't talk to me direct because in fear of what's going to come out of my mouth. And I never fought neither one of them. I never threatened neither one of them. I'm just a straightforward person. You're not going to out fact check me. You know what I'm saying? So I think by the fact that they can't come clean when a real question is asked, everybody runs away and don't want to face a real conversation. I have that daily going on with me. People just scared to talk. Like, they got like I'm sure it's mad at somebody, you know?
Right,
I don't have a violent record or history of doing anything to nobody but being a man and speak.
Right. And you know, from what I understand and have seen or whatever, you, and I even want to say Antron, I mean, y'all have such this gift of laughter. Y'all are always cracking jokes, you know. You talk about how y'all were tight. Even you guys, you know, I remember a clip where you were, I think you missed a show. He was in the hospital and you was like, we supposed to be doing A, B, and C, and oh, bro, he's up here laid up in the hospital. What's up with that, you know? So to me, I would say, you know, you would think that people would embrace that laughter and allow that to be a way or an avenue to like, y'all, okay, y'all, let's talk about this. What happened? What do we need to do? Because what we are producing is phenomenal. People enjoy us. People love us around the world, the country. We hit the stage and the whole crowd goes crazy, you know? And so to hear something like that, how did you transition from getting this nonsense? And I'm gonna call it nonsense only because I always feel like everybody deserves a why. They always deserve a reason. I don't care if you don't like them or whatever. Give them their why. So you go. How did you transition to your life after? Before we get to talking about like 3TOB and all that, how did you transition from that day of receiving, hey, dude, you fired, we don't need you no more? What did you do?
I'm a very confident person. I just believe I'm gonna make it out of any situation. I had rough patches, you know. I
Yeah,
hustled, I did what I had to do, but some way I always made more money out of Tony than in Tony. So I was never like financially crushed without
Right,
finding my way, you
right.
know. So I just, you know, strapped my boots on and just kept it moving.
Kept going, right,
I just did what I had to do to survive, and
right,
that's just my life, even to
right.
this day.
So when you look back at the situations that went on during that time, you know, when you sit and reflect, you really haven't gotten the full answers that you deserve. And I'll say that you deserve, that many of you, a couple of you deserve. Do you also see anything that was an area of improvement or a mistake that could have been fixed that could have been a possibility? Have you looked back and reflected and saw any of those characteristics maybe?
It was just communication. That's all. That, like you said, they never would even justify, apologize, or explain why these things are not accurate. Like you could have said, "Hey, man, we was young. We made a mistake. Let's fix it now." I've been trying to get the group together for 12 years. Like, hey, man, Raphael, you did your solo project. Dwayne, you did your solo project. I did my solo project. Everybody worked on projects, and none of them is bigger than us collectively as one. So that should let you know it wasn't just you that made these magic. The magic.
Right.
So let's go and get this money. And we still can we can dedicate 6 months to that, just touring, do one album a year, and everybody still do their own separate projects. And we have an easier life. Why are we all at this age still trying to figure out how to make it when we got something that guarantees us millions of dollars?
Right. Clearly.
Tony have much equity into it. And
Right.
y'all just let it go down the drain for ego purposes. I don't understand that logic.
Yeah, and I think a lot of fans that, you know, have found out knowledge about the division back whenever it happened, and then those like me that are coming into the light of understanding, wow, this was going on. You know, we're looking at this like, you know, are you kidding me? Come on, y'all. The sound that was produced from the stage and the gift that went forward, you would think that would override everything and cause people to want to keep things going and together. So, you know, it's kind of unfortunate, but it's like you kept persevering to try to get this to work, to try to get answers. And so if there's somebody listening and watching tonight in the industry at whatever capacity, you know, I hope you're grabbing some nuggets from Elijah right now, because you may need that same push and strength, you know, to get your why, or to get, you know, things back together, or to understand some of the difficulties and challenges that can come with being a great in the world, you know, with the group, a legendary group, but what those challenges are and then how to deal with them in times to come. I want to know, despite not getting your why, did you ever get a thank you? Just thank you. Did you get a thank you?
Oh, no. All I got was I wasn't good enough. I'm like, really? You know, I try to find every excuse and every reason to think why they treated me like this. But I'm like,
right.
Y'all can never break me saying that, because I'm very confident. I know my skill levels, and you're not gonna break me because I am respected off the stage as well as I am on stage. My personality always outshine, and it could have been a situation. It may have been envy of just my natural personality. I don't know, but all I do know is me off the stage is more popular than the rest of the members off the stage and off their instruments. As a person, I talk to everybody. I'm just a down to earth person, and I always been that way. So I don't know what it is, but I was a marked man for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason, and and you deserve thank you and more, because in my book, you know, despite how people's feelings are when they sacrifice, and we're going to talk about that in a second, sacrifice their family, their time, and their gift for something that reaches high chart levels as you all did, you would think you would get at least a continual appreciation. But again, we're looking at, you know, how certain people operate in the industry, and it's heartbreaking. It really is. And so I understand, and I heard a couple of you guys talk about how even the kids don't even know each other. I mean, how can the kid, that's the legacy right there. I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, to this day, does that really still disturb you? Do you speak into your own kids' lives about this? How do you handle that?
It's sad. It can't be handled. You know, if they decide not to. I brought our kids together the last time I was like in a group around 2004. Or yeah, we did a show together in Sacramento near my house I was living at that time. And I said, hey man, the next day, let's just take all the kids together because they ain't been nowhere. So they had the time of their life. You know, they were still young, 5 and 8 at that time. So they had the time of their life. It's supposed to carry it on, but it didn't. Like I have a relationship with Jubu kids because we had married twins at the time, and you know they relatives. So our kids are close, you know, but that's about it.
Wow. Yeah, that that's amazing to me because you see like there's shows that are out today. What is it? Growing up hip hop, you know, growing up. I know in Atlanta we have a show, and it's the kids of the hip hop artists, you know, that are carrying on the legacy of mama or daddy that was in the industry, you know. And so I know that's a heart of so many people back in our time that, you know, sacrifice their time, their gift, everything. You want that to continue. So when you die, you know the legacy keeps going on. You know, that's another reason why we do what we do, not just because we love it, you know. And so I'm hoping that at some point, who knows, maybe the kids will come together one day when y'all are all gone and say, we don't know why, you know, our folks did this, but we're going to come together and be cool. I don't know. It's just my hope.
Yeah, the new generation kids, they like I said, I don't have no love lost. It's just business at this point. You know, like I said, I do believe if we all got in the same room, I can crack one joke and make all 6 of us laugh, even after all this depression, frustration, and anger. You know, because we had that bond. If we ain't got no other common goal, we have many laughs together.
Right. I love it. I really love it. And you are funny because I done seen some clips and I'm just like, okay, got me on the floor. But anyway, but that's so key. I mean, they say laughter is medicine, you know, it really is. And I think that your spirit, your laughter helped carry y'all through some tough times because you knew how to still bring things back together and like, we're going to keep rolling. All right, it is what it is. Let's keep rocking. It's like you the rock, you know, in a sense that I saw. And that's not knowing everything, but that's just what I think. And I think that's important that people are bold and transparent as you are to share their truth, you know? Yeah. So now, right now, tell us about where you are now, you know, as Elijah Baker, what's happening with the group and so forth. What's the now situation?
The now situation, I'm CEO of my own label, Ambitious Records.
Woo!
I designed my own sunglasses, EV3 eyewears, here, a pair that I'm wearing now.
Nice.
I have my apparel, ambitiousapparel.net. Wow. So, you know, I'm trying to be a mogul. When I'm 60 years old, I want to be up there with Jay-Z, P. Diddy, and Kanye. That's my goals. I'm fighting for that. 3TLB, we kind of taking a little setback because members had prior brands they was working on. And you just don't have the time. You got to pay these bills. So, and we're not funded by no record company. So everybody got to, you know, see their vision through. So we have made a few songs together. And if y'all hear them, we did about 3 or 4 singles. Our latest single is Golden Time of Day, remake by Frankie Berry featuring Dave Hollister. We got Trading Places. We have Never Gonna Give You Up. It's all available on digital outlets. So I have Park Avenue, Soul Polation, my solo product. Amar, who's been filling in, who's been filling in for Raphael for the last 20 years. As the lead in 2020, he has his music out. Jubal has his music out, and we just seeing our brands through right now.
And we can follow you or find you on just Googling your name, social media. How do we connect with you? Elijah, I know that's a tough one, but
Elijah_EV Baker Baker on all social media platforms. Ambitious Record Inc. on YouTube. Please subscribe. Ambitious Records on Instagram, Facebook is all available.
Excellent. Okay. Now, I want to ask these last two questions before we wrap up our show, because you gave us something to chew on, and you really have shown that there could be a storm, there could be a trial or an experience, but you have showed us perseverance, you have showed us transparency, you showed us truth, and you showed us that despite what it's going through, keep going after whatever God has put in your heart, and don't stop. Like, don't let nobody else stop your flow,
Only way you can fail is to stop.
That's it. That's it.
It's
That's
hard.
it.
It's
right. But you did it. So let's say, what would be the final word you would want to leave on this earth to people about Elijah Baker? What is your message that you would want to leave with everybody?
Stay grinding, believe in yourself, and live your truth. No one else's. Live your truth.
I love it. Live your truth. Family, you didn't heard that. I mean, that is it. We are to live our truth, not the truth of somebody else, not for somebody else, but for ourselves. And as you heard Elijah talking, I mean, even despite what had gone on with the group and even the present circumstances now, that he is still flowing out with all kinds of new beginnings, gifts, talents, entrepreneurship. I mean, you name it. So we want to continue to support and uplift this brother. And again, shout out to the West Coast, shout out just to you and your family, Elijah, for what you're doing. I wish you the most success, the best of luck. And I know you're a non-stopper. So, you're encouraging me right now. I'm not going to stop.
Can I say one more thing?
Please, yes.
Listen, this is very important. You can't please everybody, but you can please enough people to be successful.
Oh my God. I dropped my pen on that, y'all. And if you are listening and watching this show tonight, I need you to replay and rewind what you just heard and make that a declaration to put on your mirror and your window. Write it down. That's it. That's it. And that will keep you from a lot of heartache, pain, or feeling like you have to embrace the judgmental seeds of somebody else. Not happening. Not happening. Oh, awesome. Elijah, listen, I know you are a busy man, but thank you so much for your time, for coming on Late Night TV. We appreciate you. We appreciate your gift, what you've done. We won't forget you. We support you. And we want you to come back again. Who knows what's going to happen in the next year or so, but you can come back and just continue to give us some words of nuggets, of encouragement, and let us know what you're doing.
Anytime, I got you.
All right. Thank you so much. Listen, everybody, y'all replay this show. Go back, tell a friend. Shout out to my family. Guys, thank you for watching. That's all the time we have tonight, but I want you to stand by for more of Late Night TV with Jerry Royce Live and MVP Jams. Peace out. We are out. We'll see you next week.
See you later. All right.
Thank you, Sharita Lovelace. I hope everybody enjoyed that interview, because I sure did. But right now, it's time for us to throw down on MVP Jams. That's right, this is Music Video Profile. This is where we profile all the independent gospel and Christian hip-hop artists from around the country, from around the world, right here. So sit back and enjoy yourself, because I know you're going to have a great time. I know you're going to feel the power. I know you're going to feel the Holy Ghost right here, right now. And you're going to feel it. Feel the power. I'm Jerry was live worldwide, aka the Batman of Charm City. MVP Jams. I know you're gonna feel the power. I know you're gonna feel the Holy Ghost right here, right now. And you're gonna feel it. Feel the power. I'm Jerry was live worldwide, aka the Batman of Charm City. MVP Jams. I know you're gonna feel the power. I know you're gonna feel the Holy Ghost right here, right now. And you're gonna feel it. Feel the power.
I'm telling you about this man who loves me. When I was down, he came and picked me up. From the dust, from the ashes, it washed me. Made me white, made me clear to face him. I'm telling you about the victor who won for me, who won for me. From nothing to everything, from nowhere to someone, from no one to someone, from no place to the top. I've got Jesus on my side, Jesus on my side. Yeah, Jesus got my back, and I ain't gonna fool. I've got Jesus on my side, Jesus on my side. Yeah, Jesus got my back, and I ain't gonna fool. I've got Jesus on my side, Jesus on my side. Yeah, Jesus got my back, and I ain't gonna fool. I've got Jesus on my side, Jesus on my side. Jesus got my back, I ain't gonna fool, yeah. Sometimes the devil is whispering in my ear, telling me it's all over, telling me I can move right, but I tell him who you think you're talking to is wrong. The old version of me is gone. It is dead. He was crucified with Christ. It's not me living, but it's Christ living in me. Jesus on my side, Jesus on my side. Yeah, Jesus got my back, and I ain't gonna fool. I've got Jesus on my side, Jesus on my side. Yeah, Jesus got my back, and I ain't gonna fool. I've got Jesus on my side, Jesus on my side. Yeah, Jesus got my back, and I ain't gonna fool. I've got Jesus on my side. Got my back, ain't gonna fool, yeah.
I've got that Jesus on my side. Jesus on my side, yeah.
You will scare me, you will scare me. You will scare me, you will scare me. You will scare me, you will scare me. You will scare me, no. I am healing, I am healing. I am healing, I am healing. I am healing, I am healing. I am healing, yeah.
On my side. Jesus on my side, yeah. Jesus on my side.
Jesus on my side, Jesus on my side. But Jesus got my back, I ain't gonna fall. I've got Jesus on my side, Jesus on my side. But Jesus got my back, I ain't gonna fall, yeah.
You know, we got to get this thing together here.
I know what you're talking
We
about.
got to let them know that they got to give God the praise.
Got to do that
All they got to do is get up
and get their praise on.
right here.
Praise the Lord, come to me dance, come praise the Lord, and clap your hands. If you believe He made you free, just move your feet to the beat. Come praise the Lord and sing your song. Come praise the Lord, everyone. If you believe He made you free, just move your feet to the beat.
When I think about all you done for me,
When I think about your love that made me free,
when I think about it, I just wave my hand.
get up off my feet and start to do my dance. Oh yeah.
Come on,
Clap your hands.
Come on and lift your hands.
Made you free, just
come
move
on
your
and
feet
get your praise
If you
on.
believe it,
and sing your song. Come praise the Lord, everyone.
come on with me.
He made you free,
Oh
just
yeah,
move your feet
yeah.
to the beat.
I've got to tell the world you've been good to me.
Got to tell the world about this praise in me.
I've got to tell the world how you make me feel.
God was praising me and I just can't be still. Oh
Do your dance,
Come
praise
on.
the Lord, and clap your hands.
no. Come on and get your praise on.
Just move your feet to the beat.
Do you dance?
And sing the song.
If you believe it, come on with me.
Come on,
Just move your feet to the beat.
got this praise.
Praising me.
It's praising me.
It's
Got to tell.
tell
shouting just how good he's been to me. Gotta stand up and shout it, tell the world all about it. Gotta stand up and shout it just how good he's been to me. Clap your hands, come on. Do your dance, clap your hands, come on. Get your praise on, come on and praise him. Come on and get your praise on. Come on, you gotta get up. Come on and get your praise on. Everybody get on your feet, just shout 'cause he made you free. Everybody get on your feet, just shout 'cause he made you free. Oh yeah. Get on your feet, just shout 'cause he made you free. I wanna dance, I wanna sing, lift up my hands. I got to shout, move your feet. I wanna sing, come on and sing. I wanna sing, come on and shout, lift up my hands. Lift up my hands. Oh yeah, come on y'all. Come on y'all. Hey, it's the Holy Ghost party. You gotta dance. Come on. Come on, y'all. Get up. You gotta shout. I don't think they heard us. I don't think so either. Somebody needs to be moving like this.
I'm sorry. You weren't sorry when you said it on the phone.
Listen, there was
No,
people screaming
but
at home.
at the end of the day,
I need
and the
to
climate that we live in today's
I said
society,
I was sorry.
I understand that, but it's above me now.
On a daily, people try me. It's getting harder and harder to turn the other cheek. You say give mercy and grace and to be more like you, but it's easier to say than do. To push every button that they know to push. It shouldn't be this hard to keep choosing good. Why do the best type of people have to take the most crap? But I rise above foolishness, I rise above talking slick, I rise above ignorance, and it's all above me now. Above me now. It's above me now. It's all above me now. Above me now. Who can imagine the difference it will make if people minded their business, the business that kept them paid? My skin ain't a reason to try to play me. At the end of the day, you ain't no better than me. Racists and liars and thieves are all the same. Just praying my choice to choose good and in vain. And in vain. But I rise above foolishness, I rise above talking slick, I rise above ignorance, and it's all above me now. Above me now. It's all above me now. Above me now. Every day you're trying to be more like you, but my tests seem like they're getting harder to get through. You say you won't give me more than I can bear, but sometimes in life it just seems so unfair. So unfair. So unfair. But I rise above foolishness, I rise above talking slick, I rise above ignorance, and it's all above me now. Above me now. It's all above me now. Above me now.
I'm unqualified.
In the eyes of men, I don't measure up. A child that God, but you treat me like I ain't good enough.
I'm unqualified.
I'm all in and you can't call my bluff. You don't even think I'm worth it, but my father
I'm
does.
unqualified.
In the eyes of men, I don't measure up. A child that God, but you treat me like I ain't good enough.
I'm unqualified.
I'm all in and you can't call my bluff. You don't even think I'm worth it, but my father
I'm
does.
unqualified. I'm unqualified, and the eyes of men don't measure up. It don't matter though, cause in God I put my trust. Spent most of my life looking for men's acceptance. Many years later, still feeling the sting from their rejection. It led to depression, many years of stressing. Years of looking down, trying to look up, I changed directions. I've been counted out, God still loves me. Men kept me captive, Jesus set me free. Jesus set me free. No more chains on me. I've been redeemed, completely forgiven by the King of Kings. All my sins forgotten, tossed into the sea. No record of tally from the west to the east, but you refuse to see. Now who I used to be, God made me a new creature, gave me a new identity. I'm unqualified.
In the eyes of men, I don't measure up. A child that God, but you treat me like I ain't good enough.
I'm unqualified.
I'm all in and you can't call my bluff. You don't even think I'm worth it, but my father
I'm
does.
unqualified.
In the eyes of men, I don't measure up. A child that God, but you treat me like I ain't good enough.
I'm unqualified.
I'm all in and you can't call my bluff. You don't even think I'm worth it, but my father
I'm
does.
unqualified. I'm unqualified, and the eyes of men don't measure up. It don't matter though, cause in due time God will lift me up. Got your nose turned up, looking down on me. Insignificant, yeah, that's what they see.
Yeah, I know, that's what they see.
But in due time, you will clearly see it was never set back or set up for God's glory. That's no respecter of person, but not men. Jeremiah 29 declares my end. Ain't got nothing to lose. Don't sleep on me, man. Ain't got nothing to prove. No hell to put me in. Constantly thrown for a loop. People constantly hating. Hostile environment. Real life assassination. Feel like a fish out of water. Feeling like an outcast on an island by myself. A prisoner of my past. I'm unqualified.
In the eyes of men, I don't measure up. A child that God, but you treat me like I ain't good enough.
I'm unqualified.
I'm all in and you can't call my bluff. You don't even think I'm worth it, but my father
I'm
does.
unqualified.
In the eyes of men, I don't measure up. A child that God, but you treat me like I ain't good enough.
I'm unqualified.
I'm all in and you can't call my bluff. You don't even think I'm worth it, but my father
I'm
does.
unqualified. I'm unqualified, and the eyes of men don't measure up. It don't matter though, cause if I got God, I got enough. It's been very tough. Too many setbacks, they try to disqualify me because of the past. Might have been lied on, it got me locked up. Falsely accused of a crime involving a truck. Case got thrown out, no convictions. Not a convicted felon or pedophile, that's how I'm living. But it's like I'm in prison through the eyes of men. When the judgment ever stop, will it ever end? I was once in sin, never said it was perfect. Prisoner of the past, still, I don't deserve this. Wife and 2 baby mamas, 2 sons and 2 daughters. No longer a baby dad, I'm now a husband, I'm now a father. 3-time college grad, artist 4G. In the eyes I don't qualify, but God qualifies me. I'm unqualified.
In the eyes of men, I don't measure up. A child that God, but you treat me like I ain't good enough.
I'm unqualified.
I'm all in and you can't call my bluff. You don't even think I'm worth it, but my father
I'm
does.
unqualified.
In the eyes of men, I don't measure up. A child that God, but you treat me like I ain't good enough.
I'm unqualified.
I'm all in and you can't call my bluff. You don't even think I'm worth it, but my father
I'm
does.
unqualified.
Let's go beyond the fence. It's strictly your character. Some of you really embarrass us. Living right here in America. The public is scared of us, and it's not afraid of us. They painted the narrative. We fell for it. Some with the jail for it. Some with the hell for it. Some with the Harvard. Some with the Yale for it. Freedom, I yell for it. And I won't fail going. Me and my 12 cousins, look, we've been dumbed down to the point that we numb now. Let me go a step further. We run around on Instagram. Gotta get the thumbs down. Try to impress others. Problem is, don't invest nothing. Do nothing, you get nothing. Real men protect women. Real men gotta get something. I not gonna rent nothing. We tried, it don't fear nothing. We dying. it don't leave nothing. Gotta keep going, T10 gotta keep growing. After we win, we can take 2 shots, it's like we free throwing. We can toast for real, we been on the chill. Can't relax too long no more, gotta get on for real. Yeah, you expecting a blessing? Let me ask you a question. What do you do with your time? If my message was reckless, you would respect it. Then be out of your mind. The blind is leading the blind, falling into a ditch. Yeah, I'm in this Kenyan line, that's why I'm beyond offended. Some people will feed you lies, erase your common sense. Giving you hope and no evidence. Slowly taking your confidence. They think we incompetent by the way we treat each other. So rude when we treat each other. Hate thick like peanut butter. When it's fake, I ain't finna trust it. Every race, we need to love them. Ignorance, rise above it. This the invitation to the public. When you're thugging, killing your culture, but you're scared of your oppressors. They supplying the pressures. Why our ancestors down and tell us. Just tell you a real nigga. Look, that's why I can deal with you. Let's make this little picture. Teach your children when they get a little bigger. Maybe forefathers was some slave owners, bought they trade on us. Been screwing us for a long time. They ran the train on us, putting the fade on us. The rock that laid on us, turning the page on us. Study multiple weaknesses, that's why they prey on us. Make them rely on them, no need to lie on them. We thug up and die, homie. No shucking and jiving, don't that surprise me. Living a lie, homie. Look, you're bossed and boss up. Opportunities cross us. Yeah, but don't protect each other today. It's really gonna cost us. You said it's the strap, the target is back. You setting us back. Mentally jacked your history, spiritually smashed on chemistry. That is the whack. The bigotry and the belittling trash, simply trash the industry. Talking about the whole world, not just dude and old girl.
Look at me, really look at me. You don't know me, yet you judge me. You look at the color of my skin and assume all the wrong things. You would rather listen to the noise. You call me names without any proof of your claims. This says more about you than it says anything about me. You fan the flames of hate, hoping I'd bow down and assume my fate. Your words are hollow. I refuse to be afraid of my own shadow. Let me tell you who I am. I am a black woman, born free. And you can't take that away from me. I won't be told what and who I am supposed to be. I won't give in to your fears, nor will I give you any of my tears. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am love. I am truth. I am everything that I'm meant to be. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I just am.
Anything is possible, nothing's impossible. He can do powerful. Anything is possible. Nothing's impossible. He can do improbable. My God is powerful.
God said let's go, let's get it lit. Give God the glory, dance all night. Let's make it quake. People praise his name, cause you don't know my story. See, you don't know the struggles that I've been through. Wanna praise him through, dance, give God his due. Hold them hands up high, cause we too lit. Got them Christians on the floor, now we too legit for Christ. Somebody stand up and give Jesus praise. Put them hands in the air. All the glory to you, Jesus. See, God's raising up a new army. Those who love to praise him through worship and dance. Where my crunk soldiers at? Let's make it quake. Have your way, Lord. Let go. 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 Pastor Mike say we need to stay relevant. All this 808 bass must be heaven sent. We taking over rap for the kingdom's sake, giving Jesus praise in a major way. So close your eyes, let the spirit just take control. All your problems, all your worry, you can let go. Praise God through the beat on fleet. The regime stay intact, we don't play cheap. Let go, to let God, to let go, to let God, to let go.
What's up, fam? What's up, fam? It's me, Jerry was Love Worldwide, aka the Batman Charm City. I hope you guys enjoyed that sequence of videos on MVP Jams. That's right, this is where we profile the videos. But we'd like to know your opinion and comment. So please hit us up on Facebook, or you can email me at jerrywaslive@gmail.com. Or again, you can hit me with Jerry Was Live on Facebook and Instagram. Take care, everybody. We hope to see you back next week with more Christian hip-hop videos and gospel. Take care, everybody. Good night.